Melissa Pingle with InnerVestment Yoga, coming back to you with some chair yoga poses, things that you can do from a seated position, whether you're at home, at a desk, in an airplane, whatever you might be, just bringing you some basic things that can help your everyday life. So we don't need a mat, we don't need blocks, we don't need anything, and ladies, get rid of the shoes and we'll get started. So let's begin in just an upright seated position. Bring yourself up, broaden your chest, letting your shoulders melt down your back. And as you're sitting in an upright position, just after that, come down just a little bit, just relax a little bit. You don't want to be tense in an upright position, but sitting like this will help your back, your lower back, your hamstrings. So often we're hunching and we have to use yoga to undo some of our bad habits. So rolling those shoulders back, taking a deep breath, and we'll begin to lift our arms overhead, reach towards the sky. You can look up towards your hands if you'd like. Just take a breath, keeping your chest broad, your shoulders down. And bring those arms down. Just kind of roll it off. Roll those shoulders back. Take a breath. We're going to do neck stretches next. So we'll bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, but keep that shoulder down, and also be mindful that the left shoulder stays down as opposed to trying to reach up. You want to have those shoulders relaxed so you can get the best stretch across the side of your neck where a lot of us hold tension. You can move the head a little bit forward and backwards just to feel it a little bit more. Continuing to breathe. Nice, and come to center. And let's do that on the other side. So left ear towards your left shoulder. Maybe taking your right hand to place it on your shoulder. Keeping that down. Continuing to breathe. Feeling that stretch across the right neck up in here. And come to center. Let's look down. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. One more. Just relaxing the neck. And then if it's comfortable, look up towards the sky. Bringing the chin up. Making sure the shoulders are still down. Maybe open the mouth a couple times, stretch the jaw out. And come back to center. Now we're going to do a reverse arm hold. So take your arms out to the side and you're going to bring them behind your back. And as they're behind your back, you're going to take your left hand and grasp your right wrist, if that's available. If you can't get that far, that's okay. Just put your hands on the lower back. If you can reach, then you can hold that there. And as you're holding that there, you can arch the spine a little bit towards me and get a little bit more of a stretch in the back, opening up the shoulders. Imagining someone's kind of pulling your shoulders back, opening your chest wide. Take a deep inhale, biggest one you've done so far. And exhale it out. Nice. And let's release that. Make any movements that you need, roll that out. We're going to do it the other way. So bring your arms out. And this time your right hand is going to come back and grab your left hand. Or if you did it the opposite way the other time, feel free to switch it. No one's watching. Just so you're getting that stretch in the opposite arm. feeling the stretch across the lower back. And again, you can just place your hands at your lower glutes if that's all that you can for stretching. Just you're still feeling that stretch across the chest, opening it up. Like I said, so much of the day that we have is hunched over a computer, a newspaper, a phone, and we really want to open that back up, strengthen those muscles in front, and just feel that stretch. Let that out. You can let your hands down, roll your shoulders, neck, whatever feels good. And position yourself back into a seated position. Now you want your feet to be, for the next pose, hip distance apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the right ankle and put it up on the left knee. And so if you can lift that up and put it up there easily, that's great. If you can't, feel free to bend down and help it up there. And just set it on your knee. And for some people, this is a very uncomfortable pose right here. This is a lot of stress on the hip. And if you are one of those people, you can bring the knee a little bit down, have the shin almost be on the knee to give yourself more of a better angle. Or if this is not uncomfortable for you and you don't feel a stretch, sit up tall, and your hands can be wherever you'd like them, and begin to bring your body towards your leg. So we're not hunching over, we're actually bringing our body straight towards our leg. And if, like for me, I can feel a huge stretch here in the right hip. So keeping that flat back, I'm going to hold us here for a little bit longer. Inhale to a 5 count. And exhale to a 5 count. Do that a couple more times. And feel free to move the hip around. If it's getting too tense, you can bring it up, move it a little bit. And come back into that position wherever it is giving you that stretch. And I want you to always remember to continue to breathe into all of these stretches, because that is what helps us move better in our yoga poses. And come back up. Good job. Let's bring that leg down. Tap it out, roll it out, whatever feels good. You can rub your hip. Sometimes that feels good when you create that tension. The hips are something we don't stretch nearly enough, and we avoid it. So we're going to do that again on the other side. So we're going to bring the left foot up. You can assist it up there and put it over your right knee. Now, right now, you might be saying, whoa, this feels different than the other side. That is absolutely possible. Most of us have a more flexible side, a stronger side. This is harder on my left hip than my right hip. So wherever you are, if you need to bring it down a little bit because it's a screaming hip, feel free to do that. If this is no big deal to you, feel free to sit up tall using that core. Try to pull that belly button, no matter how you're sitting, towards your spine, engaging that core. And from there, you can begin to bend forward. And whenever you start to feel that hip really tense, stop and savor in this sensation. And I know that this is discomfort, but it's also a really, really necessary stretch, and you will be happier working on the hips. It'll help your back, it'll help your legs, your posture, just everyday life. I mean, you can do this pose any day, anywhere. You can do this sitting on the couch while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're in a meeting. Just continue to breathe and try to remind yourself to do this one a little more often. And I'll be sure to put this one in more often so you get into a routine to work on this one and it'll be less painful. All right, bring it up and you can rub it, you can roll it out, sit forward, whatever you need to do to kind of reset yourself. From here, we're going to lift our arms up overhead and we're going to do a twist. So keeping the body upright, your core is engaged. Turn your body gently. Taking that left hand, maybe putting it on the right knee, and maybe take that back hand and put it on the chair or couch and just begin to twist. Now don't go overboard and twist too hard. Just gently this first time. We'll go through this a couple times. Big inhale and exhale. Bring it up. Tall spine and begin to twist the other way. Nice. Inhale up. Focusing to make sure you're still breathing. Come back up. Now this time, when we do a twist, twist with your core in mind. Now with that left hand to your right knee, begin to put a little bit of pressure, giving yourself just a little bit more of a twist. And when you're on your inhales here, I want you to imagine sitting up taller. And on your exhales, I want you to imagine twisting just a little bit more, just rinsing out your organs. Twisting poses are extremely good for your digestive system. Continuing to breathe. Come back up to center, and you betcha we're gonna do the other side. Right hand to left knee. Looking towards your back shoulder blade. On your inhale, imagine a pin pulling yourself up a little bit taller. You're straight as a pin. And on your exhale, twist out a little bit more tension. One more inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center. Roll those shoulders back. Then next is our eagle arms. And so there's two ways to do this. I'll show you the first way, which is the way a lot of men have to do this pose just based on how they're built. And then I'll show you the full eagle arms, and whichever you decide to do is fabulous. You'll get a great stretch either way. So bring your arms out, and what you're gonna do is bring your right arm under and your left arm over. And you're going to give yourself a big, big bear hug, okay? So as you're giving yourself a bear hug, this may be absolutely enough of a stretch. If this is a stretch, but you want a little bit more, make sure your head is looking straight forward at me. And bring your elbows up, bringing your chin down towards your chest, bringing the shoulders, bringing the elbows up to shoulder height, and you'll feel more of a stretch there. Make sure you're having great inhales and exhales here as you're giving yourself some love. And release that. Now, the next one, the same exact thing is eagle arms. And I'll show you the eagle arms and I'll do it the other way. So, arms are out. Your left is going to go under your right. And then you're just going to twist at the elbows and bring the hands together. So I'm going to show that again because this is really an awkward pose. But what you're doing, arms are out, your left arm comes under your right. And then you just basically turn that inside arm up and twist it, and the arms come together. So if this is too hard, or you're thinking, what are you doing? I don't get it. That's okay. It took me a while to get this one myself. If you don't want to do this one, feel free to do the bear hug with your left arm underneath your right this time, because you want to stretch both sides. So here, this might be enough for you. Or if you want a little bit more, tuck that chin towards the chest so you get a stretch in the upper shoulders, and begin to bring the elbows up towards the shoulder height. So you're feeling a fantastic stretch across the shoulders. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time. And exhale. Nice. Slowly release this one. This is a big, big stretch. Roll those shoulders back. Give yourself some arm circles if you'd like, forward. Now bring yourself a little bit further back into your seat. We're going to do a forward fold. You bring your feet a little bit bigger than hip width apart. You're going to bring your body towards this space here. So some of you will bring your body down to your legs, some will not. And any variation is fine. The point is to get a nice forward fold feeling. So let's begin with, you're in a tall spine, abs are engaged, pulling that belly button towards that spine, back is tall, and we're going to begin to lean forward here. Hands can be on your knees, and you're gonna come forward and start to arch the back now. And as you start to arch the back, I'll show you from this side, you're going to be bringing yourself down towards the floor. Letting your head come down. And releasing your head to gravity. You should feel the stretch in your back and your hamstrings possibly. But take the biggest inhale now. And push it all out. And as you begin to breathe like this, you'll feel yourself melting more into the stretch. So come in again, another big inhale into your back, as much air as you can take in, and a big exhale, blowing all of that tension out. Nice. Now begin to bring yourself up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. So let your arms kind of dangle. Your body's coming up slowly, slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time getting here to an upright position. Back is flat. Reach your arms overhead. We're coming back to center here. Then coming up from that pose, I do want us to just do two little tiny things before we go. Stretch your foot out in front of you. And it can be pointed. And then lift it off the ground and flex it towards you. And point it. And flex it. And I know this might cause some discomfort, but we do need to get some more mobility in our feet, especially if anyone's wearing those shoes a lot, or if you are in shoes all the time, period. The American life has us in shoes constantly. Let's bring up the other foot, point our toe. And that actually is harmful because our feet aren't strong like they used to be. You know, when we're kids, we're running around, we don't have shoes on, point. And now we are in shoes, boots all day, every day. And we're really not getting a chance to stretch the feet and to strengthen them. So I just wanted to show this one so you can do this on the couch or wherever you are as well. And then let's bring up that other foot and let's just do some rotations and go slow, because this isn't a move we do a whole lot or at all till today. Go the other way. I got some little cracks happening. Place that down, bring the other foot up, and let's do 4 circles in. And the other way. Place our feet down into a comfortable position, bringing your arms overhead and down to prayer position. And this is where we will end our class with a namaste, meaning the spark within me honors the spark within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Let me know in the comment sections what worked for you, what didn't, what you want to see more of, where you're struggling. I'm happy to hear from you guys, and I hope you like this series and watch for another one. We'll be doing a lower body, and for sure we'll be doing a series where you can do it at your desk, but you will be standing for a little while. So stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Hit that like and subscribe button. Have an awesome day, guys.